You mentioned this as well. What is your take on how Google is leaning into AI in its search results? A lot of people actually seem to hate it. A lot of people seem to love it. It sometimes hallucinates and forces an answer that is not even true. How would you approach designing for this?
I mean, one, I think it's great. I'll put myself squarely in the great camp. That I think, especially when trying to compete with something like ChatGPT, right? So whenever, I think, for the last decade, 15 years, 20 years, when people had a question, they went to Google, right? Like Google became the answer of all things. And I think what we're seeing is with ChatGPT, more and more people are starting to go to ChatGPT for answers versus go to Google for answers. So rather than Google staying static and having ChatGPT be very different, right, I think beginning to fold AI naturally into the places that people already are makes a huge amount of sense. Yes, sure, it hallucinates. So does every other LLM and AI tool on the planet, right? So I think there are safeguards with which, as users, we need to think about when kind of assuming any answer. I think it's very much like the early internet, right? Where it was kind of people would be like, oh, no, it's true. I read it on the internet, right? Which is absolutely not like, the internet is not kind of a definitive, credible source in and of itself, and neither is AI, right? So I think, yes, it still takes some user discretion, but I think it's actually very smart of Google to be trying to fold AI thoughtfully into where people already are.
Yeah, when designing products, I think it's like, how do we figure out what are the core jobs to be done with new technology? How do we place it into that current flow that they're doing? So actually where they're putting it is good. But this example we have here, for instance, where shake hands with an old bear, they're literally talking about shaking hands with an old bear. That's part of that is a problem of working with the research teams, working with your evals teams, minimizing hallucinations, maybe not even showing these AI search results when we aren't as confident in them. Sure. So I think there's this key element around AI products that people need to acknowledge also when they're building, so that this is a non-deterministic product and we need to design accordingly.
Yeah. I think, yes, that all makes sense. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that short clip. You can check out the full episode here.